Hi, I'm Khalib Thompson, and welcome to the Caribbean Diaspora Weekly, a place for news, features, and opinions affecting the Jamaican and Caribbean diasporas at large. First, in this week's news roundup,
Haitian candidate wins New York primary. 93 million in cocaine seized in the Western Caribbean, and Cessna plane crashes off Jamaican coastline.
In the expose, immigration issues, human rights activist Marlene Bastien sheds light on the Haitian situation.
Sadly enough, a lot of these Haitians, those even who are qualified and who've been approved for visas, they try to live by boat.
And in the diaspora perspective, an opinion piece on race relations, how race and class divide us. As a very prominent proponent of Caribbean advancement said to me, rallying around a common cause does not equal unity, when the next day we are likely to go back to the deplorable, discriminatory behaviors we had the day before. Let's get started with the weekly news roundup.
Hi, I'm Karma Hill, and welcome to the weekly news roundup from Jamaicans.com and Caribcast.tv, covering September 5 to September 11, 2014. Off the top in Diaspora news from New York, Rodney's Bisexual, who was born in Brooklyn, New York, to Haitian immigrant parents, defeated Ricky Tulloch, a Jamaican-born accountant, in a New York runoff. She will now run as a Democrat in the general election in November 2014 to represent the 42nd State Assembly District in Brooklyn. Bisexual won with 20 percentage points. From Florida, the United States Coast Guard seized $93 million in cocaine in two separate occasions conducted in the Western Caribbean Sea. According to authorities, over 6,000 pounds of cocaine were to be brought ashore at the Miami Beach Coast Guard Station. The seizures represent part of Operation Martillo, which is designed to stop the movement of the drug along sea routes from Central America. In addition to drugs, smugglers are moving weapons and money along these routes. From the UK, Horatio Edwards, a bisexual Jamaican, continues to fight for asylum in the United Kingdom in spite of evidence showing he would be in danger of deported back to Jamaica. Edwards lost a legal fight when immigration court authorities said he had been dishonest about his sexuality. He was released after 6 weeks of what his attorney called unnecessary detention. From Jamaica, Member of Parliament for Southeast St. Elizabeth, Richard Parchment, wants the government to establish a ministry designed for overseas Jamaicans. He believes the diaspora community has a high value to the nation's economy and wants to engage this population more closely in policy. According to Parchment, diaspora remittances bring in more money than the bauxite industry, and therefore the overseas community needs a full ministry to handle its interests. In Caribbean news, according to Dr. Leonard Nurse, senior lecturer at the University of the West Indies Cave Hill campus in Barbados, the Caribbean is at risk from rising sea levels, and it will be very difficult to control the rise as the process depends on several factors. Addressing the problem requires recognition by Caribbean nations that global greenhouse gas emissions are to blame for the situation. A debate on the concept of marijuana tourism will be held at the Caribbean Tourism Organization State of the Industry Conference in September 2014 in the Virgin Islands. The discussion will be headed by Richard Kildare, Deputy Chief Executive Officer of the first medical marijuana company in Jamaica. The conference will address the ethics and legal implications of marijuana tourism in the region. In Jamaican news, a small plane that traveled over the Caribbean with an unresponsive pilot crashed off the coast of Jamaica. The plane flew on autopilot for 1,700 miles until it went into the water off Port Antonio. According to Major Basil Jarrett of the Jamaica Defense Force, the pilot was apparently incapacitated and did not respond to communications from 2 U.S. fighter jets that shadowed it along the Atlantic coast of the U.S. Kevon Francis, 33, is a wheelchair-bound Jamaican who was arrested at the international airport in Trinidad in 2011 for possession of 7 kilos of marijuana. The drug was hidden in the wheelchair. A plea deal mitigated Francis's sentence, who will be set free because authorities at the prison where he was incarcerated could not care for him properly. Francis was fined Trinidadian $20,000 upon his release for importing an illegal substance and failing to declare the drug on customs forms. In entertainment, the National Gallery of Jamaica is the largest and oldest public art museum located in the English-speaking Caribbean. It features a comprehensive collection of early, modern, and contemporary Jamaican art. The museum will be celebrating its 40th anniversary in 2014. And in sports, even at age 34, Jamaica's international star Jermaine "Teddy" Johnson showed why he remains among the best attack options for the Reggae Boys. He scored a goal to help set up another in his new club in the North American Soccer League in Georgia. Johnson joined the Indy 11 in July 2014. In business, Jamaica made loan agreements with the World Bank to fund 3 projects: the Foundation for Competitiveness and Growth Project, the Youth Employment in Digital Animation Industry Project, and the Strategic Public Sector Transformation Project. According to Dr. Peter Phillips, Minister of Finance, the projects illustrate the government's investment in youth employment and public sector modernization.
Trending this week, social media was abuzz with the pole dancing escapades of these 3 fine, fluffy women. You can watch the entire video at Jamaicans.com. When we come back, Marlene Bastien talks to us about hard times in Haiti and the challenges of getting out in this week's expose.